He's a very strong run stopper. When he gets a pass rush, he can be very agile, and if you don't know if you're going to get speed to power, you're going to get a little wiggle out of him. So it's going to be a very tough test for not only me but the entire line. But we just got to execute.
As far as offensive line goes, a lot of people think that you are as athletic of a guard as they've seen. He's as athletic of a defensive tackle as a lot of people have seen. Do you think that this is like a very good matchup for you and him to kind of go against each other in that regard?
Also, yes, he's a very well polished. I would say, obviously, a lot of people say NFL ready defensive lineman. So I'm very up for the challenge. He's a great athlete. So just gotta watch film, get on film, just see what I can do.
Even Luke seemed to have such a good way of, you and Luke have done a good job this year of communicating things. How much more important is that? A lot of times the pass rush and stuff comes from the outside, and now it's coming from the inside. How important is that for you and Luke to be on the same page at all times?
It's very important. It's very crucial, especially for center to have everyone on the same page, and Luke does a great job of that. He echoes communication to not only us but to the tight ends as well. Make sure CJ knows where the protection's coming from. So being on the same page as Luke, we're always constantly talking to each other, even when we're off the field, to make sure we're on the same page. So if a look comes that we've seen, we know what we're doing, and we're not guessing I think he's going to do this, or I think he's going to do that. No, we're on the same page.
You're not necessarily on an island, so it's not the same as maybe an edge rusher going up against a tackle. So when you're getting up against a guy like Jalen Carter, even high school, if you're going to be a guy, do you look forward to those types of matchups? Do you take, just from a personal standpoint, look forward to those types of things at all?
Well, I feel like you got to take pride in certain things, and this is definitely one of them. Georgia's D-line in general, not just Jalen Carter, but Georgia's D-line. I know a couple of those guys, and they're powerful rushers. So this is obviously it's a playoff game, so you got to lock in for sure. But especially as offensive linemen at this standpoint,
Michigan had some guys in there in the interior as well that were maybe name-based. Mozzie Smith. How much going to go up against something like that maybe help prepare you for what Georgia might do, even if it's maybe Jalen's the best at it, and then they've also maybe got a little bit more depth?
Well, being at my first year starting, coming through the year, I've had a lot of experiences, settling into the pass protection, run game, stuff like that. So all the games we've had until now have led me to this point. So I'm just looking to just execute with my teammates and just going out there and having fun.
How'd you feel like Enoch and Josh held up there on the other side, the other guard position there, stepping in for Matt?
Well, I felt like they did great. They're getting great moving off the ball. They were settling in there in pass protection. It's kind of just that next man up mentality, and it's that mentality you have in the O-line room. You don't know when your number's called, but when it is called, you got to get after it. So I think Knock and Josh did a great job over there. Has
Matt been back in the mix already, or is he still kind of working through stuff?
He's working back right now. I'm not a trainer, so I can't really tell you, but I feel like he's working back.
Donovan, watching the way that Georgia played against Tennessee, they were blitzing quite a bit, it seemed like, kind of like right through the middle of the offensive line there, bringing safeties and linebackers. As an interior offensive lineman, what's difficult about being able to see those kind of pressures coming from second and third level defenders?
It's just mainly communication. If we'll have a set protection and I know who I'm supposed to get or who I'm reading off of, but if CJ sees something in the coverage and he has to check protection, then I have to do what he says. Most of the time it says it's 6-man protection. There's only 6 men blocking, so only 6 guys. We have to win our matchups. But it's just one of those things that you just got to win your matchup, basically.
It doesn't seem like teams blitz you guys a ton. I think because CJ's so good at sort of deciphering it. But in those moments when teams have blitzed you guys, how's that communication gone between Luke and CJ and you guys up front?
It's definitely mid-play. There's a lot of stuff we say mid-play to make sure we're on the same page, because sometimes one guy's uncovered and he sees it a lot better than the guys who are blocking, so he might have to echo stuff down the line while we're blocking to make sure either I get off and get someone else, or make sure someone's coming with me. So it circles back to communication. It's either pre-snap and during the play. We have to be on the same page at all times.
You think that's gone well this year overall when you've had to do that?
I would say for the most part, yeah, it's gone well. Obviously there's a lot of stuff we need to clean up on, but we're just trying to polish everything off, make sure we're in the same page.
Seems like it's just different blocking for each running back. Is it different blocking when you know that Lyon's back there or when Dallin's back there running the ball? Is there a difference in how it feels? You know, those guys hit holes different ways. They kind of find creases different ways. Do you guys feel that in the offensive line?
No. For the most part, we're just trying to move the line of scrimmage, trying to make sure that their first cut doesn't come at the line of scrimmage. Their first cut comes on either a linebacker or even better the third level. You know, it's nice that we can rotate backs back there, and you know, you see Dallin go, then you see Mayan who'll shrug off a tackle and he'll keep going. So it's obviously a good feeling when you get a good run. But as an offensive lineman, we don't have eyes in the back of our head. We don't really see what they do, but we're just trying to block the play that's called to the best of our abilities.
It seems like you guys had some success running the ball early against Michigan. Georgia's front is kind of like Michigan's. Do you see a path for you guys to be able to have some success running the ball against this Georgia front?
We're just going to try to execute to the best of our abilities. You know, Georgia has a great defensive front. They're great with their hands. You know, you can see that they're well coached coming off the ball. So we just got to, try the best of our abilities to roll off the ball.
This might be a dumb question.
No, I like it.
Appreciate that. As an interior guy, what is the differences in blocking a 3-4 scheme versus a 4-3 scheme where there's typically a guy in front of you with a 4-3 scheme?
That's a pretty good question.
Hey!
Yeah, that's pretty good. I would say with the 4-3 scheme, obviously, there's a guy either to the inside you or outside you, so you know where you're going. Because the zone scheme, you're going to zone to either direction, or you're going to double team with somebody that direction. With a 3 down front, you're kind of you're basically double uncovered. So it depends on what the play is called, but you gotta either chip something or do something. But it's kind of hard to ask. It depends on what the play is called.
So I guess with the 3-4, is it not saying there's not urgency to get to the second level regardless, because you're trying to maul people. It's what you're doing there. But is it a little more urgency to do that when you know there's not a guy lined up directly in front of you, and the other guy might already be taken care of?
I was saying the 3 down front, you gotta think a lot more. Because especially since you're double uncovered, you gotta know if they're bringing outside pressure, if it's gonna be internal pressure. But you just gotta keep your eyes up. You know, if the front moves, if it doesn't, if the secondary changes, you gotta see what's happening there. But just keeping your eyes up, just keeping awareness of what's going on, even if there's no one in front of you.
It seems like Jalen is the focus. Everybody always talks with Jalen Carter, but the other guys on that interior. What do you see from them just as a unit, and not just as Jalen? How important is it to make sure that you're obviously focusing a lot of attention to him, but you're not forgetting that the other guys are obviously a bunch of 4 and 5 star dudes too?
Yeah, you know, I know that they have a great nose with a Stackhouse. You know, I saw him a lot in recruiting, and I know how good he is. But even the guys they rotate, you know, they have a very deep D-line room, and their rotation, their talent level, it goes deep. And so you just gotta prepare for every guy on that D-line, because you know they're going to give you something different. You know that they're going to come hard off the ball. And so we respect this group very much. We're just looking to have a good game.
You said you went up against Stackhouse or other guys that you maybe got the chance to go up against before at other camps and stuff.
Yeah, it's mainly just recruiting camps, stuff like that, but nothing like in a game or anything.
Okay.
Do you relish the opportunity to go into a game and play a guy who people are saying could be the number 1 overall pick in the draft?
I would say it's hard to say no to that, but I'm just looking for the success of the team and the unit for the most part.
What does it take for you guys to have a successful day as a unit against someone like that? What are the things that you guys have to do well?
We just can't have self-errors. I would say in previous games, we've had drive stoppers because of just errors that we had as offensive lines. We just got to eliminate those and try to play clean. Coach Fry and Coach Dave and preaching that it's like you just got to play Ohio State football to the best of your abilities, and we'll be all right. So we just got to hone in on what we can do to improve every day in practice, keep stacking days till we go to the Ben Stadium and play out and kick off there.
Is there anything you look at that's maybe this is a reason why maybe we had a few more errors than we should have?
Nothing that really comes to mind. We talk a lot in meeting rooms and stuff like that, what we could have done better, but it's just holding your water, calming down, and just playing the game that's in front of you. If you had a bad play, wipe it off, have a short-term memory and just get after the next play.
This might actually be a stupid question.
All right.
We've heard from two sources on a certain podcast how incredible that Chick-fil-A is a usual part of game day prep here. Do you think maybe that familiarity is going to make things a little bit more comfortable down in Georgia preparing for the Peach Bowl?
Yeah, I certainly think that that'll play a huge part in it. If I don't have a number one and some nuggets on the side, I don't think I'll ever play right. But those two sources, they might be spot on.
Guess those DD